All right, guys, the link is now up. We are now live in case you want to open up the stream running in the background. Remember, that does help us out tremendously. Hello, and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in joining our community, we do have an open slot developing after this campaign, or after, this campaign in this game, and we have an open campaign slot available for Friday early, where I am looking to start a whole new campaign. So if you have a group of individuals, have them reach out as well as you, and I'll let you know if anything's available for you. Aside from all of that, go ahead, Reese, tell us what happened last session.
All right, so last session, we began in this halfling hideout in the forest, trying to figure out if we're planning a strategy or not, or just winging it when it comes to the general showing up. We end up, I guess, deciding to wing it because the general showed up and started picking up hapless halflings and dropping them from, what was it, like 200 feet in the air for every minute we didn't come out and show ourselves. And then when we eventually did come out, he dropped a meteor swarm on our heads, which was none too pleasant. This caused untold destruction. The forest was on fire. The majority of the halflings expired, which led to a very unpleasant combat environment because the forest was on fire. People would risk suffocation every turn. Being too close to a tree would cause fire damage, and we had reduced vision. We did come out successful, although unfortunately Ebriel did get eaten by a dark star, which we learned that if we die here, we simply get teleported back to Zodiac. I believe Sebastian used a divine favor to spirit Ebriel back here. Ebriel was kind of in a weird sort of way because he remembered dying, and it didn't feel good. But he wasn't dead, so he was very confused. We kind of snapped him out of it. We were able to gather some survivors and let them know that the general was dead. Ebriel resurrected one of the leaders of this halfling resistance, and they began the ceremonial urinating on the head of the dead general. And now we are going to the Whale's Tail Lake to gather crawfish for our meeting with this witch. I believe that's everything.
Yeah. So, as you all continue your travel and journey, you find your way over towards this large lake. From your perspective, it is a vast, incredibly large lake, unlike anything that any of you have ever experienced back home on Zodiac. You've seen a few lakes, creeks, streams. Other than the ocean, there's nothing quite this big, but they say it's just a lake. Whereas everything you've ever seen other than the ocean has been very small by comparison. As you were passing by, you've moved past a couple of very small villages of individuals, ripe with the same issues that this realm seems to be plagued by around every corner. The only hesitation in killing those that are doing incredible evils and wrongs comes from your halfling guide who just died a few days ago, begging you all, please just don't start anything so another general doesn't come here and annihilate everybody. Would you all adhere? Listen?
Yes.
Yep, I do.
Sounds fine to me.
Probably. We'll see.
Gabriel's too confused to want to do any magic right now.
Yeah, I'll
that's
just
any nice plants.
I'll follow Casimir's lead because he's a good leader.
Alrighty.
Halfling friend.
Yes?
Wow, that sounded so sad. Do you have any like unique or exotic plants near here that weren't burned down? I'm very environmentally conscious.
I'm not really an herbologist or anything like that.
Botanist, but yes.
Yeah, I don't do that either.
Well, is there anything that you think's pretty?
We have lilies.
Where?
She'll gesture, and you see over by one of the banks, just a little bit away, is some beautifully, freshly grown lilies.
Okay, well, Liara's off doing that, I guess.
I would probably go with my book as well on plants and whatnot.
Okay. So, Liara, this music isn't suitable quite yet. We'll get there. Oh. Damn! I am off my game when it comes to music today, y'all. I am so sorry. Oh, this is fine. Liara, you watch as Boo Boo, or Otto, comes over and is holding a book on botany.
Wow, I didn't know you could read. That's amazing.
Yeah, I like to read and write, draw a little bit of plants, and just kind of look at nature sometimes.
You draw plants?
Yep.
Can I see some of them? I probably own a lot of them. That's what
And Mr. Knobbetter will hand you the book, and it's the pages in it are can't be wet. They something about them so that it doesn't can't be wet. So if he's in swamps or something like that,
waxy.
but can still draw plants. And so it's a whole. There's all sorts of plants and herbalism stuff in it.
Joey, do I have to do an investigation check to see if there's anything Liara doesn't know about in here?
Sure.
Okay. Wow, an 8.
I mean,
2.
there's very few things in here that you recognize. This is like an actual, like, textbook on plants, their uses, and other things such as that.
Wow. Do you have a copy?
No, this is it. So I got to be real careful, like, to make sure don't lose.
And these all in ZODIAC?
Well, I you mean on the planet that we're on? Yeah.
You mean here, Solemn?
Well, it's a big planet.
Do I know it's Solemn, Joey? Out of character?
Yeah, you're all aware that
Right.
you're on Solemn, but
Cool.
far travelers are kind of taboo.
So Mr. Knobberry's from wow, I'm not gonna be able to say that. Knobberry's from here.
Please, you can call me Otto. It's
Otto's
okay.
from here? You're from here? I thought you're from Zodiac. I don't know.
Well-
I might have been somewhere else last.
Yeah, well, Desmond, he likes to put me in different places on the planet.
Oh, you work for that guy?
And Well, we're friends. He sometimes he asked me, for instance, to guide y'all around in this area. So I came here as a guide, and we said don't use magic, and then everyone's like, ah, and then the general came in and stuff like that.
Does he have a chain?
He does have a chain. Yes.
Okay.
And then I think you missed it. There was a conversation. They were talking about planes, and Otto just kept talking about how, it's on the other side of the world. Like he wasn't connecting planes of existence with different. It's all the same.
World. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. I'd actually like to learn a lot more about this when we're back on Zodia. Actually, when we have some free time and I can cast higher level spells, looking over at the halfling that's still walking away with everybody. I really want to try one of my spells on you, but let me just, Joe, does this lily look anything different from the lilies in Zodiac?
Roll me a nature check.
Okay. Nature 19. I'm rolling real low. I don't know what's going on.
There is something strange about it.
Maybe there's something we could. I'll have Casimir take a sniff of it. Maybe he can't get poisoned. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna collect the lily in a jar or something, or a pot. I probably have a pot somewhere on me. I do. I got that vase.
I've got a number of empty potion vials I could give you.
Have you ever seen a lily?
Isn't it pretty big?
They're fucking huge.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I don't know how much of it you're trying to save. Maybe you just want to stuff it into a pot.
If you're trying to be able to use this as a base to grow more, you need a pot, like an actual pot.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the vase that we got, the master crafted one that we found on that island.
I mean, you could literally just put it into the bag of holding and it'll be perfect until you pull it out.
Won't it die like lack of oxygen and stuff after a while, or?
Well, did you pull it up roots and all? I mean, it's gonna die anyway.
She's trying to really preserve this
If
thing.
you're trying to
Plants
preserve
don't
it,
need
put it in a
oxygen.
jar and then put it in the bag.
Okay, we're gonna. I guess I'm taking out the dick vase and putting it in that.
Put a
Had other
lily in the
plant-
dick vase. All right.
Melissa's in the dick vase.
Oh, I thought she was in a different one.
So
I
you
guess I'm-
opened the dick vase?
Yeah, I guess I'm opening that with Melissa in there.
Alrighty.
Isn't that in a lead sealed coffin?
Yeah, I gotta open the lead sealed coffin first to hear her.
Yep. And they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming back to the room.
Hey.
They hit the ground. Hey. Oh. Hey.
I've missed you. Guess what?
What? Am I
The
finally
second-
getting a body?
Actually, the second I get back to Zodiac, it's been a long story, but the second I get back there, yeah, you're getting a body.
Woo!
You're gonna have a choice, and I need you to go towards the one that feels empty. I promise you that won't be me.
I've never felt empty before in my life.
No, I mean, no.
I've had a very fulfilling life.
It's gonna feel really weird. You're gonna have two forces tugging on you in different directions, and you have to go towards the one that feels less tuggy.
Less tuggy.
There's
Yeah.
more fire if you go to that one.
There's more fire. Yeah, you're gonna have a much more. You're gonna have a much longer life if you go to that one. Anyways, I'm putting a friend in here with you, and I'm just gonna start shoving dirt in the face.
Oh, that's so fucking rude.
Melissa, there's actually a study going on that if you sing the plants, they grow faster. So maybe we can see if it starts to grow in there. While you
Sure,
sing.
I got that. Cry, little sister, thou shalt. And I assume you just close it.
Yeah, I'm putting it back in the bag of holding, but now Liara has disadvantage on stealth because there's music playing. That was Melissa. She's nice.
You have a person in a jar. And that jar
A
is full of
volun-
dirt.
A volunteer in a jar. full of dirt.
Do
And there's a
you want to be
flower.
in a jar?
No, not really.
Then don't ask questions.
Why? I thought you all were the nice people, not
We
the
are.
threatening ones.
We're not threatening you. It's actually like
That
we
wasn't a
didn't-
threat.
Do you want to be
No.
in the jar? It was a serious question. I can put you
Exactly.
in one.
There's a lily in there. Could have plenty of fun.
Melissa loves
Excuse
it.
me for breaking in here, but I'm a little confused. You just said be careful, don't ask questions, and then they asked a question, and they said what? I thought you were the nice ones. That was actually two questions. So it's two questions. Okay, that's I guess my question.
I
Is
don't
it
know.
only people that are in the jar that can't ask questions, or is it?
If you ask
See,
questions,
that's
I'm
a
going
lot
to
of
keep answering
questions.
them. And when I keep answering the questions, people start to get annoyed.
You know
with
what?
it.
I stopped caring after the third sentence. I
This
suppose.
is why I said don't ask questions.
I guess now's a good enough time as any. Let us begin to look for their raft. All right, I'm going to wander this way. Anybody who wishes to follow me, wander this way as well. Anybody who wishes to go the other way, feel free to go the other way.
We're looking for a raft.
Yep, that's how we're going to get out.
To the buoy.
That's correct. Unless you have another way to, unless you want to swim with that armor.
I can turn into a seal or a penguin. I like penguins better.
Yeah, can you now? Can you also have another village of individuals get murdered?
I mean, is it high level magic to turn into a penguin here?
I imagine transforming into anything is very, very powerful.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's a good point.
Well, how do they know when you cast magic? Do they have some sort of spell that like detects magic or something?
I think that was why we originally were trying to meet underneath a tree under the ground, but you guys were doing like magic outside of that. And then we went underground, but they still knew we were under there, so they must be pretty powerful themselves. Just a guess.
They did that invisible watching thing on us from above after we cast the magic.
You think if I cast?
Yeah, I mean that part makes sense. I'm just wondering how they instantly know if anyone casts magic anyway.
So
Yeah.
there's a story, and I have no idea how truthful it is, but this land is enchanted thanks to some mages that were previously in charge of it. The enchantment makes it so everything that happens is foreseen by those deities who would sit at the round table. But since deities are dead, no longer any influence at all, perhaps they sit at that table and see everything in some manner.
Sounds like I want that table.
Can we steal that table?
Yeah, can we take it? Is it like bolted down?
How many people does it sit?
There was at one point in time over 24 deities.
Oh wow, it's gonna be a long table.
It's
That's
a
a
round.
great
It's a
process.
round table, so it's not necessarily long. It might be wide.
Wide table. I mean, I can probably get like a piece of it off. Like we could take part of it, but I don't know if we could take the whole thing.
I can carry it.
So I'm not worried about you carrying it. It's more fitting it inside. Well, we gotta fall asleep, and you gotta be holding it when you fall asleep, so that might also be a problem. And then I don't know. I'm
We
just
sleep on the table.
that's a good idea. That's a very good idea if we all sleep on that table.
You know, I could just get us back to Zodiac without being asleep, right?
Would it bring the table?
Hold on.
If I'm carrying it, it's mine. So
It doesn't
know,
say it
but-
doesn't.
I mean, I don't know how big the portal is. Like, it's an odd question. Now we need to. Guys, don't get Liara talking or she's going to talk forever.
All right, so we're trying to find a raft.
Right. So I'm going to look this way. Anybody who wishes to follow me, go ahead and look this way.
I'll go with the halfling friend.
I'll go the other way.
Alrighty, I would like an investigation roll from everybody involved in this check.
Would this count as advantage with my eyes of minute seeing?
It's when you're investigating
Things up close. So I'm saying no?
No, this is not an up-close endeavor, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fine. That's why I asked. Oh, I rolled advantage anyway. I got the 24, not the 28. No, 26.
That's fine.
Sorry.
As you begin walking around this environment, you notice there's a handful of shipping boats out here, each one with a different label of who owns it on it. After looking for a little while, you end up coming across a small raft that's weaving of all of the string to keep all of the logs together appears to be tied in the shape of tiny bats. As you pull it out of the sandy beach, you see that there is a long rope attached to it that heads out into the ocean that's almost taut at this distance. And that would be you, Reese, who found it.
Okay. How far away is everyone else at this point then?
Within 600 feet or so. Like the furthest one. You guys are investigating. Have you ever been to the Great Lakes?
Yes.
You're investigating along one of the beaches of the Great Lakes.
Okay. I'll just sort of motion for. I'll just like hold up a finger, like sort of signaling to wait, and I'm gonna start flying in the other direction just to let everyone know that, hey, we found it. I don't want to like cast a spell to tell them that.
All right. So everybody, you're flagged down and brought over here.
See, Casimir, that's a boat I was pointing at.
Alrighty.
I thought it was a cow.
Why would it? Do you have cows in the water here?
What? Of course not.
Well, unless it's a manatee, in which case, kind of.
What's a manatee? Oh, we have we call them mermaids, not manatees.
I want a mermaid.
Weird way of phrasing it. But no, the merfolk have given up on us a long time ago. They no longer stretch out towards our beaches. They just leave us.
Maybe us newcomers can bring them something they haven't seen in a long time. Hope.
It's a funny joke. That's a funny joke.
Right after a genocide.
We did kill him, though.
Yeah, we killed one of the generals. Maybe they'll rise up.
But at what cost?
Yeah, maybe they won't rise up.
Well, honestly, most of you wouldn't even be able to get within the reaches of their torrents. The oceans immediately destroy any ship that's heralded by a man.
I have a Lord of the Rings quote I want to say, but I'm not going to say.
I was thinking the same thing.
Now, does that mean gender or race?
Gender.
So no fanciful loopholes.
No. Race makes little difference to, well, one of the only gods that isn't dead anymore, but will not help us.
Wait, that god's here? Out of character? That's crazy.
But yes, men are seen as aggressive and unnecessary in her eyes. And the last time a man came towards her chosen few that decided to live their lives by her rule, they broke many, many laws and created many, many problems. As such, now she just kills them, drowns them in the oceans, summons whirlpools to trap them in and keep them constantly swirling inside of until they suffocate.
Probably deserved it.
So if we could breathe water, we'd be fine.
No, because if you can breathe water, you would have to deal with the eldritch creatures of the oceans that she commands.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a big problem.
We're already dealing with an ocean creature. And our- Oh wait, maybe she could actually help
Sebastian's
us.
attitude is just straight up, I think I can take him.
We're literally on a quest to fight the first water elemental ever. It sounds
Yeah, and
like the same thing.
If they have a water god here, maybe she could actually, help us.
Would she want to help a
She-
different world?
Wait, you're all
I
from
don't
a
think-
different world.
I don't think plane matters. I think at the end of the day, we're all just beings, people, things.
She would help you, points at Liara.
I could go to the ocean, guys. I don't know if you'd seen me for a while.
But she is a fickle goddess.
We are to talk to God. That
Yeah,
always goes.
what could possibly go wrong?
She literally pisses off every god she talks to.
Let's focus on the task at hand, shall we? Let's get these crawfish for the witch, and hopefully we can get our Blackguard life staff.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that sounds right. Also, what's this god's name? If you don't mind me asking.
Her name is Akui, goddess of the ocean and tides and rage.
Dude, can I do a history check?
No, there's zero possibility you've ever heard of her.
Nobody else from Zodiac has heard about it.
You wouldn't have. Actually, ooh, fuck your
Yeah,
situation. Yeah, go ahead, roll a history check.
I thought it was Aqui from 7. I got a nat 1 and then a 19. This is great.
Yeah, unfortunately, with a 7, nothing. Yeah, it's Akui. I said Akui. Alrighty, so I suppose a couple of you are going to have to go on the raft out there and try to get the bait. Do so without hurting any of the creatures out there. She's really particular about nature.
But she wants to eat crayfish.
Oh yeah, those are insects just of the ocean.
Yeah, some places consider them an invasive species.
Yeah, how many she won't?
But I mean, that's still nature.
Whatever she caught.
Oh, I thought we are getting her some, like had to catch it ourselves.
Well, technically we are, but so the process is going to be we empty the trap, then bait it and put it back. Correct?
Right.
Okay.
So, do any of you know how to bait a trap properly?
No. I've eaten them. I've never caught one.
Pretty
before.
sure I do. I'm a sailor.
Yes, you do. Look at Sebastian being useful and shit. So, you go ahead, Sebastian. Who's going to go on the raft with him and experience this lake?
I'll go. Probably better if I go with him, honestly.
I'll stay here with Casimir unless Casimir wants us all to go.
Then Liara goes.
So don't
I'll-
kill things. That's the opposite of me. So I'm used
I'll
to stuff.
I'll fly around them just to sort of like be around in case something happens. I'll just be sort of just like flying like 30 feet above them and just sort of circling while things are going on.
Okay. Well then, the
And
three of you.
I-
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, what were you saying?
Oh, I was going to Ebro's going to walk along the lake and find crawdad mounds and dig them up.
Ooh. Is Ebriel proficient in fishing or anything
No, but
aquatic in
he's
nature?
but he's definitely southern.
You know what? I'll allow that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. You justified it.
Yeah,
So,
If you said shrimp, I'd be like, whatever.
yeah, what the fuck is that? Crawdaddies? Oh, you know how to
Yeah.
boil them bad boys, man. It's just. All
got
right.
some corn and some sausage and some taters. Good eating.
Oh, dude. I could really go for some fucking gumbo. Anyways, y'all are making me hungry, and I just ate my chicken nuggies. So.
No, I should probably order some food. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. Go ahead and roll me a survival check, Ebriel.
19 ain't too bad.
Alrighty. 19 is not too bad at all. You start going around the beach, finding a few of them, picking them up, getting them out of their tiny little mounds in the dirt. As you are doing so, you do notice around the beach there's this interesting little thing. Some of these mounds that you assume as crawdaddy mounds, they actually have little pockets of what do you call it? Little pockets of notes and parchment folded up personal effects and items. As you open the first of them, it seems to be a love letter from a young teenage boy professing his love for somebody who attends his church. And there seems to be a lot of these pockets around the Whaletail Lake.
I'm going to investigate one more, but I'm going to put his note back in the hole.
Okay. You investigate another one, and it also appears to be a love letter. This time, an elderly man who is... He appears to be, in the note, trying to admit to whoever this is appointed to that despite the fact that he is widowed and she is widowed, that the two of them could be together now after so many years and make sure both of them are not lonely any longer.
Okay, then I'm gonna go towards our guide and talk to him about this.
All right. You go over to her.
So, what's up with the love letters?
Oh. Well, around here, there's a belief. Sometimes there are people who wish to get things off of their chests, you know? But there's not really an appropriate time to do so, given the state of our world. As such, they spend a very small amount of time conducting these letters and burying them, so that they can get their feelings out there, and in the hopes that maybe one day one of the creatures of love and bliss will come in and share their wantings with everybody else.
Huh. All right. Well, I'm not gonna mess with them no more. But yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Long ago, there was actually a fae who lived here and would handle all of these notes, read them, and if they deemed somebody as pure, they would speak on their behalf to see if there was a chance of a relation to develop.
Guessing that Faye ain't around no more.
No, they were murdered long ago.
Damn shame.
Yeah,
Agreed?
it's too bad.
All that unused revenue.
And I've got a piece of paper out, and I'm kind of jotting something down.
Alrighty. So, those of you on the ship, rowing your boat. You paddle through this open expanse, this vast lake, and Sebastian, it is closer to an ocean in your opinion than it is a lake, which oddly enough makes it exceptionally beautiful. As you are traversing through, you end up noticing a few of the creatures out here. Large creatures, as they are. You see, nearest one of the beaches, there appears to be a crocodile. 6, 7 times as large as any crocodile you've ever seen. And you've seen giant ones. Traveling further past that, you see that there's something in the depths of this lake wandering through. You look closely, and when it passes by, I need you to roll me a nature check. Or water vehicles utilizing intelligence. Sebastian? Wyatt, can you roll for him?
Yeah, I don't have his PC sheet though.
Oh, I thought you did.
Come
No,
on,
I've
Nat.
been here since, but it was supposed
Okay,
to
I'll
get
give it to you. I'll give it to you real
permissions.
quick.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Come on, Nat 3.
But I'm not proficient in nature, so I would do the water vehicles.
Would Liara see this? Because she is very proficient in nature.
Are you an expert at nature?
Yeah.
Yeah. If he points it out to you, you would see it.
Do you want to just point it out to Liara? Because she's really, really good at that.
There you go. Now you have access to the character sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, what the fuck is that thing?
Gotcha. Wow, what is with these rolls? 15. I rolled a
is
3.
he helping you?
I rolled a 15.
I did ask for a Nat 3. Sorry about that.
Yeah. 27.
3, 2,
Now we're
1.
rolling like that. Okay, a 27 on nature check.
Okay. That is a killer whale
Killer whale.
in a lake.
Oh my, by a quee. That's a killer whale. I kind of want to pet
Wow, this is a great lake.
it.
Is it a superior one? Or is it just a little eerie?
I'm
I have nothing to compare it to.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. I don't think it's gonna attack us though. It just seems to be swimming. Plus, I heard they don't eat people. I heard they like to play with people. Do you have any food to feed it?
What do
Well,
they
I don't think
eat?
they want to eat like rations or dead things. I mean, they probably want to hunt. You said it's called killer whale. Sounds like something that likes to hunt.
Fair point.
I mean, I don't know how you hunt when you're like enormous and like striped like a fucking cow, but You know, they must be real good at it.
It's got to be speed, right? It just has to like outspeed everything. Anyways, hopefully let's just find this thing before the killer whale decides that we're not friendly. We're friends of a queen. I'm gonna scream at it.
No, we're not.
Roll me a deception check.
Ooh, Liara's not good at these. We're gonna use our game inspiration on that. Oh, thank God I said that. Normal again. Deception. Please roll. It's natural 20.
Good God,
For
man.
a total of
24.
Let me roll insight from this whale.
Maybe it will help us now.
Insight from the whale. Oh.
The whale's very insightful.
You're just gonna invoke the wrath of a god by pretending to be its friend, aren't you?
I mean, what if the whale brings us down there? Like, what if this god just fixes our Zodiac problem? I'd be very happy. I thought he was gonna say a Lu regime originally.
So, you watch as very slowly the tide in front of you begins rippling up and forming this monstrous wave. Sebastian, I need you to have a water vehicle check utilizing strength. Liara, or Wyatt, you have to roll for him.
Yeah, I gotcha. Sebastian, water vehicles check. I'm guessing Liara's not really assisting much with that. Strength, submit. 17. Oh my God, you got a natural 1.
17.
Yeah.
You could
I'm
not
like,
have done worse.
I should have like a plus like 15 on this.
Yeah, you got a natural 1, my guy.
Yeah.
It's a check.
Yeah, it is.
Does it fail?
That is, I mean, that is probably going to be a fail, considering you are trying to fight back against the might of a killer whale's surfacing.
I thought it believed us. I was hoping it believed
It's
us.
just surfacing. Do you know how fucking big those things are?
Yeah, they're a whale.
Well, I'll use
Yeah.
a sorcery point to re-roll it.
Oh, thank the Lord. Let's retry that one.
Alrighty, go ahead and
27.
27. So, as you see that it is beaching up, you end up fighting against the current as strongly as you can muster. Managing to not have your boat capsized, the whale pushes up to the surface, and you see this incredibly large, beautiful, black, smooth surface all across it with a incredibly long white stripe.
Jack White? What?
It has a white stripe on it.
Jack White. The White Stripe. Never mind.
No, I don't know what you're doing.
He's the lead singer of the White Stripes.
I'm gonna call it Bar.
My name is Blue. It says in common.
Do we understand the comment here?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Sebastian, you want to speak? I feel like you're the better speaker here than me. Okay. I'm Liara. This
Hello.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, go ahead, Liar.
I'm Liara. And I'm going to point up towards Reese. That's my friend. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Reese. We lost someone, I think, too.
Yeah, it's fine. Just keep going.
We're like I said, we're friends of a queen. We're just trying to get across the lake to get a staff. A bone.
But
What was
we're
that?
getting some. What? Presently, we're here to collect from a trap for an associate of ours to give her some food.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh. You all are coming here for the witch.
That would be correct. If that is agreeable, of course.
I believe I can accommodate you all, so long as you are not here to hunt. The wildlife of this lake is preserved.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Good. Well then. You are looking for the buoy, not very far from here. Though I too am hungry.
I got some moon cheese.
I
You like goat?
don't know what cheese. Goat. I have not had goat in a long time.
Now I don't remember exactly how these things work, but I have those things that like hold.
Holy fuck, you gotta
Food
mute, dude.
for
That
dragons?
ringing, Jesus Christ. That almost deafened
That
me.
was the fucking alarm that was going off. I had to shut it off.
Whew, fuck.
I didn't realize it was coming through that loudly. It's not that loud in person. Anyway, you gave like I bought these things to feed the dragon, and they like store meat. Do they store the animals like alive or are they dead?
They're dead.
So they're like, yeah. So okay, well it's like a dead goat. It's a shrinky dink or whatever you called it. I think you called it a shrinky dink.
Shrink, I think that's right. Jesus Christ.
It's on my
Okay.
character
Yeah,
sheet.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
2 that have stuff, and I got like 38 that don't.
I'm sorry, just
So yeah, I'll like pop out like a whole goat.
I will minus a goat from his inventory. You got Nobu's bag of holding.
r/new sentences.
pull a goat.
remove a goat from his
So-
inventory.
You pull this large goat out of the bag that causes you to, barely be able to stand on the raft. And you watch as slowly Blue begins moving towards you all. As it gets closer and closer to you, you watch as it tilts its head to the side and opens its massive maw, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth despite its peaceful appearance.
Throw it in, Sebastian.
Yeah, for sure. Toss her in. I'm used to feeding crazy wild fucking animals.
Yep. You toss the goat in there, and immediately you watch as it closes its jaw, and when it opens it again, the thing is cut into tiny little pieces from just one chomp of this massive whale.
If you're still hungry, I got one more.
Yes.
Yeah, check it out.
Removing all goats from his inventory. Okay.
So, as you take out another goat, toss it into its maw, this large killer whale seems happy. Very happy. Our goddess is good to finally allow men back into her grace.
Praise the Queen.
Oh, that's cool.
So, let me bring you over to the craw. It tucks one of its fins over the rope that is leading you all, and as it begins pushing, your vessel is moving in a direct line out there, and you also notice there are these monstrously large other predators of this lake, which seem to be watching as you pass by, but blue seems to be the apex here. Even despite the fact that it is not the largest creature out here, it seems to command respect from a great deal of the individuals here. Another interesting thing, you both notice that this wildlife seems exceptionally intelligent. All of them seem to understand that you are being escorted. They give a look at all of you, wanting to eat you, but respecting something. As you are brought out this far, you get to a beautiful, large hut positioned here on the water. This hut is floating gently, bobbing up and down, as all of you can see it. Well, that is what you are looking for. You'll have to swim down to get it. I don't have thumbs.
Seabass, you want to knock this out or should I?
I think I can do it. How deep is the trap?
Only a few
Just so I
hundred
know.
feet.
A few hundred feet. Okay.
Liara, that would be death to you.
The aura can turn into animals.
Oh,
Breathe
yeah.
on them.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, no, that's using magic.
I wish I was Clover right now where no one knew she used magic.
Damn. Cheater. So,
A few hundred feet, huh?
you gonna swim down there?
It's a buoy. Can't I just pull the rope up?
Well, you have to find out where the rope is and get onto the tiny little hut.
I could throw you
What?
onto the hut. So, don't worry, Casimir's thrown me a couple of times. It's not that humiliating.
Throw me on a hut? I thought it was a
Or-
buoy, like floating in the water.
So it was described like that, but it appears to be some type of buoyant hut out here. Very slender, small, kind of like a ice fishing hut would be.
And it's floating?
It is.
Okay. Does it have a door?
There is a door.
Well, I'll row over to the door and see if it's unlocked, I guess.
Right. You try
We
the
see.
door, and it opens up with ease.
So I will climb in.
As you get inside, you peer around as there is a bench pressed into one of the corners. There's an open hole that has this glistening color radiating magic in a circle there. Just being persistent. And you see that there's a rope attached to the top of the hut going all the way down.
All right, this is what I'm talking about. So I'll try to pull up on the rope.
As you begin tugging, it gives a little resistance.
Do you need help?
Well, yeah, but we should tie up the boat. Because if you come in here, we got to make sure the boat doesn't float away.
That's a good point.
The first thing they tell you is never get off your boat if it's not tied to whatever you're getting it off onto.
I thought
Okay.
it was don't rock the boat.
Who would
Well,
say that?
that's a guideline, but sometimes that's funny. Especially if like you're sailing with somebody's like freaked out by water and you're like, oh, what are we gonna do?
That is such a man thing to do.
Hey, man, gotta have fun.
Blue, are you a quee?
No, I am not.
Okay, just making sure.
I was a creation of a Quee's mother, blessed with the knowledge of awakened sense.
Oh, that's nice. Can you help me? I'm gonna tie this off real quick. Can I tie off the rope to the buoy?
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess I'll help Sebastian try to lift this thing.
All right.
And I'll make sure that the boat is actually tied well.
All right.
Not that I don't trust Liara, but I don't know if she can tie a knot.
All right.
She's pretty good at survival.
Give me a survival check, Liara, and then
Can-
give me a survival check, Sebastian.
Okay, that's not bad.
What'd you get?
Let's see what's Sebastian. 21.
21.
Those.
And then Sebastian.
I'm sorry, I rolled a 2
All right. So what's his total?
and a 9.
He ends up fixing a problem that wasn't a problem at all.
You added a bow. I like it.
Alrighty. Then the two of you jump inside.
Reese, you want to come down and help too, or?
I'll keep an eye out.
Okay.
It's just staying airborne in case the knot fails. I can save the raft.
Why don't we just ask Blue to pull it up for us?
I don't have
That's not-
thumbs.
Use your
Say that.
mouth. Bite it.
I would
Ruin the trap.
destroy it.
Oh, I thought
I-
no.
It opens its maw full of rows of sharp teeth.
Grab with your lips.
That's not
Doesn't have
how
lips.
my anatomy works.
Okay.
I apologize. For
Oddly
my
enough, I
friend.
think
She's
whales
very
do have
smart, but also
thumbs.
very stupid.
I know nothing about whales. We're going with it doesn't work.
Well, no, like the
Um,
bones are all encased in the flipper, but like they're there.
So, now that, are you going to be joining them, Reese?
No, I'm gonna stay in the air in case the raft drifts away.
Okay, then. The two of you inside of this very small, compact hut. As soon as the door shuts behind you, you notice that there's these glistening little glowing lights imbued into the wood itself, giving you just enough illumination to see the glistening rim of the open hole that leads down into the water. And when you peer downwards, you can see exceptionally far into this water. The two of you are within feet of one another.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, lift.
Athletics
Yep.
check. Who's helping who, or are you both rolling?
I was gonna help Sebastian because he's probably much better at this than Liara.
Meta gamer. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
I'm a sailor.
32.
32. Yeah, with the two of you, you start grabbing it hand over hand, slowly tugging it out of the water, grabbing and pulling, and it is very, very hefty for the two of you. You are honestly taken aback by how difficult this actually is, and as you're dragging it upwards, you look down at this glowing light, this perfectly visible water And you see that this trap is about 15 feet wide.
Wow. What is she catching? Like a baby dragon turtle or something?
No, I'm catching crawfish, but also this is like a full-on like lobster pot, not a crawfish trap.
It's not even gonna fit in here. How are we supposed to get on this? I guess we just take a few.
Well, once we pull it up near the surface, then one of us can swim down there and get it. We just can't swim hundreds of feet down.
Maybe Blue can just
You know?
put it on his back. In fact, maybe he can take us
Nah,
out.
I mean, you're acting like Blue is like our best friend. He's like barely okay with us. I don't want to like ask
I
too
don't
much.
know. I thought there was a connection between me and Blue.
You gotta take it slow. Believe me, I trained a dragon. You gotta take it slow.
I had a dragon once.
You
Anyways, let's
still
keep-
do. You still do, man.
So,
She's out there. We'll
as
see her again. Casimir wants to go to the Fey realm.
you both drag it all the way up as high as you can until it is just resting underneath. Now, one of you is going to have to hold it there while the other goes out, swims, and drags it over to the side.
you
Are
want
there
us
any
to-
cleats?
The fuck is a cleef?
A cleat. It's the thing that you like tie a rope to on a dock.
Oh,
Yeah, the
sure.
float.
Keep it from
Yeah.
going anywhere.
That's a thing. I totally know what it is.
My guy's a
guess we-
sailor. He's looking for the cleats.
I
Like
guess we'll-
to like
I'm
help
not.
secure the,
So,
the pot.
yes. Yes, they would have one.
Can I start trying to tie it off with Sebastian?
Yeah, easy enough. Two of
Okay.
you tie the knot.
Sebastian may be an idiot, but he's a good
Aw.
sailor.
Wov, twoo, wov.
Okay. Do you want me to come down there and help you with it, or you think you got it? I think actually it's probably safer if I go with you. Then I don't want to.
I think it was better if you swim down there and I stay up here and hold it in place.
Okay. I don't. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, can we see the crayfish? Are they like enormous or something? Like, is this going to be an issue?
Oh, they are enormous. Yes.
God damn it!
These crawfish are the smallest one you can see is roughly about that big. Which, if you're
Do
looking,
we have to like
is
beat
about
them
a
into
foot and a half,
submission?
a foot and a half long.
Where are we
Okay.
putting these things?
Okay. We're just gonna have to
I
go.
don't know. I thought they were regular fucking crayfish.
Okay. I guess I'll go down there and push this. Wish me luck. Can I do that? Can I try to do a dive?
Sure. Roll me an athletics check.
Oh, athletics.
No, diving.
That one, belly flop.
acrobatics.
Oh,
Ooh, that's so much better that we decided to change that. 17. Not bad
17.
for Liara.
It's a very good form, honestly. You know, you didn't get any spins or anything, but you get the dive. You know,
Okay.
as
See.
you go down there, you look at it, only about 15 feet below the surface, and yeah, this cage is massive. 15 feet at its longest side to side, and it has all of these little openings and grooves that seem appropriate for these crawfish, and the thing appears to be about half full of them as you've dragged it up. As you look down into the waters, you also see that the fish, normal fish, are about the size of you down here.
This is weird. Maybe I can make myself bigger. Permanent.
No,
Don't use any magic.
Hey, she's been over the
we
surface.
can't hear her, but
you can't know her thoughts.
Those are her thoughts. She's gonna swim at it as hard as she can. I don't know if that's gonna work at do anything. But
All right, roll me an
I'm trying
athletics
to
check at
push it.
disadvantage. You do not have a natural swim speed.
No, and they can't use magic right now.
If your equipment's heavy enough, you can have a natural swim speed of down.
You said she's 15 feet down.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, am I in his aura?
I couldn't have pulled this closer.
That's where it would begin like resting and bobbing up and down. You can't pull it all the way up, or else it can't get underneath the hut
Okay.
that you have.
Because I was hoping that she would be able to stay within 10 feet of me if she's in the water.
With the dimensions of the thing, it's not really
Wow.
possible.
I would have got a 30 if it was a straight roll. 15.
Okay. You look into the water as she's trying to push and push and push and push and push to almost no avail.
I'm gonna look at Blue and give him the eyes.
Blue
Please
looks
help.
over at you.
Be pushing at the thing. I'm about to get squashed.
Blue just says underneath the water, "Oh, I wish I could help you, but I would probably just destroy it. I am not a gentle creature by nature. In fact, my instinct says eat you, but my brain says don't."
Okay. Well, I see her struggling, so I'm gonna take off like my armor. Like I'm basically gonna take off all my armor except my breastplate, and I'll signal Liara to come up, and I'll go try.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead. You roll your athletics check. Do you have a swim speed?
I
Nice.
ignore every penalty to being underwater.
So we'll count that as a yes. All right. So you have a normal athletics check.
26.
Hell yeah. You grab onto the side of it and like begin shaking it up and down and swimming as hard as you can, pushing and pushing and grabbing onto the roof of the buoy and like using that momentum to start shoving it forward. And as you are doing this, it begins breaking off into the surface. And Reese and Liara, you both watch as after about 30 seconds or so, it begins surfacing and floating upwards towards the top as Sebastian has successfully pushed it all the way up. Liara, you have to keep adjusting the rope and tying it tighter and tighter as this is happening.
Okay. Just put it on top of the boat, and then I guess we
It's a raft.
the raft. Taking the whole thing.
It's
Let's
like
just-
probably like I'm picturing like a 6 foot, maybe 8 foot
Yeah,
boat.
two of them
Yeah,
could
like-
fit comfortably.
I mean, do these things have to be alive when we like bring them to the witch?
I mean, they said don't kill any of the wildlife here.
But she's gonna eat them. They said they don't count as wildlife.
You
They're
interpret
insects.
it how you wish.
I literally asked him about that, and he said, "Oh, well, these are just insects."
You interpret it how you wish.
Is there like a bag?
Well,
I'm
I'll
thinking
like
I'm in
knock
the
him out
air.
then.
A bag? What'd you say, Reese?
I suppose I like seeing this. He's gonna be curious a little bit. He's gonna look in the hut. Is there like a bag or some kind of like carrying receptacle for the crawfish?
Roll me an investigation.
Could I get advantage with my fancy glasses?
Yes, because it is about investigating. Yeah.
19.
19's pretty good. Looking around, there does not appear to be any bags or anything such as that. However, you do notice the rope on the outside is a lot bigger than the rope on the inside.
Rope on the inside?
Yeah, the rope on the inside is like typical hempen rope. The rope on the outside is like industrial sized rope.
Can
Meant for sailing ships.
I pull up the small rope and see what is in this?
You look at it, and the small rope goes into the water and over towards the trap.
What rope are they pulling on then?
Hey, Reese, what did you find? You find a net or something?
How big is the rope you're pulling? Is it the industrial sized rope?
Yeah, it's a little bigger than a forearm of a very strong Casimir.
I'm so confused.
I think I got it.
There's a smaller rope in here.
We gotta bring these big ass crayfish through that portal, and then it'll shrink.
Okay, drop the trap. Is there kind of some kind of magical porthole of some kind?
Yeah, the porthole has glistening lights all around it.
Okay, drop the
Yeah.
trap.
Yeah.
And you see the rope is very thin on this side, but through the water, it looks just as thin. But you saw it out there. It's fucking huge.
Okay, when he drops the trap, I'm gonna pull it up through the magic hole.
Alrighty. So, with the assistance of Liara, you begin tugging and pulling, and even though it goes against logic and reason, you pull it against the porthole, where as soon as it gets there, it begins coming through it in the normal, typical size of a crawfish trap.
I love physics. Okay, let's go.
This is magic, not.
Do you think about? I can't believe I didn't grow when I jumped through it.
Do we have where are we gonna put these things though?
It's a normal trap, like maybe 1.5 feet wide.
Well,
I was
yes,
kind-
but are we supposed to replace the trap?
Yeah.
So I'm saying, where are we gonna put the crawfish?
In like a bag or like a backpack or something.
I got this jar.
Is it an empty jar?
No, it's filled with mold. Actually, I don't think I should open it.
Do you have empty jars?
Let me see. No. All of them have things.
I'll
in
just put all the rest of my
Da-da.
crap into the bag of holding, and then we can just use my backpack.
So
Hopefully they'll
you're
die in
dropping an entire trap full of crawdaddies into your backpack?
This is why
Well, no, I
want
mean we're not going to
something
take all.
solid.
We'll
It's gonna
put
be a
in as
bitch to
many
clean.
as we can fit.
That's why I'm trying to see. Like, okay,
Because now they're regular size, right? They're all
Yeah,
like
they're
a
normal,
couple
typical
inches.
sized. Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to
but
be able to like escape.
I mean,
they have claws. They can cut through fabric, probably. That's why
Okay,
I'm
so-
seeing if we
Let
Don't
me.
worry,
of the various
it-
jars.
I just want to
wait, let
explain
him
where I'm
finish
coming
his
from.
thought real quick. Let him finish his thought.
of who, me?
Yes, you.
Of the various jars that Liara has, what is the least offensive thing that's in one of them?
Flour.
There's a soul in that one. There's a soul in that one.
Is a bunch of souls in jars?
Let me see. I'm looking at my jars. Oh, I do have, but this is a little bad for the environment. I left. Actually, I think I dropped this off at the Lee Arboratory. Do I still have that beehive of the queen bee?
Do you?
I feel like I would have. It says shop next to it.
You
so I'm
have
gonna
to handle
assume-
all of that shit. I don't pay attention
It
to any
says,
of
it
it.
says shop next to it, so I'm guessing I left.
Okay,
those
then
at
it's in the shop.
How big is an opening of a water skin?
Usually they're about yay big.
Oh, perfect
Like-
crawdad size.
Can I clarify something?
Yes.
How big are these crayfish? Because you said they're normal
sized.
size.
Now they are
Where
normal
I
sized.
live, normal sized crayfish are about 2 to 3 inches long, and they couldn't escape shit. So, what are you talking about?
As long as they stick.
Guys, I have my old fancy dress of mending. I could just wrap them all in that.
I'm also concerned about them expiring, so I'm hoping we have like a bucket or something that we can put water in with the crayfish. So they don't die.
I've got 5 water skins that are filled.
So I figured if they're dead, it spoils the crawfish.
I got this vibrant green plant. I don't know if it will. I don't know what it's gonna do to the environment if I leave it here. It was I think it's part of the paralyzing bushels we collected. Yeah, I got one at the Lee Arboratory. I could just drop it in the water, right?
Sebastian, are you throwing them into your bag?
I have the jar. I could just.
Well,
get
I mean,
like,
whatever
a green plant.
we're doing. I've got a keg of shitty beer
Let's drink it. Fuck it. Let's do that.
I'll pull my keg of shitty beer out of the bag of holding. It's like, okay, we all got to drink as much as we can, then we just dump the rest.
Alternatively, I can. Alternatively, instead
I'm
of
already drinking.
I can whisk it away to the astral sea and empty it out there.
That's going to use magic.
It's gonna use a magic item.
Yeah, I
Not a
don't think
spell.
they differentiate.
I'm
I'm
just
still
gonna drink.
drinking.
Can I start drinking after you? After, I guess.
Anyone else out there in D&D land hoping that the crawfish like suddenly get enormous at some point?
It's only a time spell. It lasts like 5 minutes.
I will help drink the booze. Jesus.
We don't have to drink it all. I just don't want it all to go to waste.
Yeah, just throw all the crawfish into the booze. Let them marinate.
No, we're after we
Blue,
fill it with seawater or lake water.
Blue, get over here. Get a sip of this.
Hey, get in on this, man.
Just-
I'd be lying if I said it's good stuff, but it's stuff.
It's stuff.
You have committed a cardinal sin against the lake.
Because that's what I was saying. I could dump it out in the astral sea because then it wouldn't, anger
This stuff is
the-
basically water anyway.
But it's still not.
Yeah, it's not
water.
very good.
And it would still be polluting the water, which I feel like would be a no-no since we're sort of being assisted by what would be essentially the guardian of the lake.
I'm not there, so I can't metagame, but are you guys like chugging to get through a
Yes.
keg, or like, I don't know, how's this working?
Yeah, I'm getting fucking
pouring it
smashed.
into a keg standing it.
All right. So Sebastian is willingly chugging as much as he can to pass as little as possible to the others and waste not. Alrighty. So, as you guys are doing that, yeah.
If I get too wasted, I can lay on hands and cure myself of the poisoning
God.
of the
You
alcohol.
Or you could enjoy
keep
the
going.
drunk.
Don't worry.
Well,
I'll
it
back
depends
you
on how
up.
much is left. If I got to keep drinking, I don't want to get too wasted. I
Gotcha,
got to row back.
An entire
Tag-
keg, you're going to have to use 5 points of lay on hands.
And Joey, point of clarification, just curious, if someone gets drunk enough, even if they have lay on hands, would they be cognitive enough to actually remember to use it?
That's based off of their characters, and he's already role-played being smart enough to do it multiple times. He's
Okay,
good.
cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
I was just picturing a
He's
giant
not-
I kind of have
keg.
a drinking problem, so I'm well used to fixing my issues.
The only portion of the religion of Lucian that he is very adamant about is the drinking.
The only problem he has with drinking is when he runs out.
Yeah, that is true.
I thought you said you were going to share. Rude. Okay.
You can have some.
No, it's too late. You drank it all. I was more speaking on Blue's behalf.
So we empty a keg
Yep.
into Sebastian.
Yep. Sebastian's nice and toasty by the time it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Now
we're
it's
gonna-
now. See, this is fishing.
now we're fishing. We're gonna.
I know you're
fill-
not drunk, but you sure you don't want to puke?
I'm good.
What were you
We're
saying?
gonna-
Liz?
We're gonna put some lake water. Oh. I think we rinse it out first, and then put a little bit of lake water in, and then dump the crawfish trap into the keg.
I wouldn't use that lake water. I'm supposed to. That might make him big.
You're not there.
I thought it was nearby. Sorry, my bad.
You're good. No, you're fishing on the shore.
Yeah, you're just chilling.
I figured y'all
I'm
are
gonna-
back
I'm
by
gonna-
now.
Oh no, they
we're
haven't
in-
even made
No.
it that far.
Yeah,
Nope,
we're still
We're on the shore. They're still out there. We have no idea what's going on.
Did
Yeah,
they
we're
see the
gonna-
wave and the whale?
No, that's really far out there, man.
All right, I'm gonna try rinsing out the keg and then leaving a little bit of like clean-ish water in, and then we'll try to dump the trap into the keg.
All right. You start dumping them in there, and then Blue will safely gather you all up, bring you back over to the shore. Sebastian, is your call? Are you still wasted?
I sobered myself up a bit because nobody wants to row a boat wasted.
Well, you don't have to row. Blue is doing it for you.
Oh, then yeah, I'm just wasted.
All right.
I'm just in the boat, like, yeah.
How's the bladder situation?
All right for now.
Not a problem yet. Not a problem yet.
Don't
Hasn't been
break
long
that
enough.
seal. Don't break the seal.
That's right.
Technically, not breaking the seal is bad, but I'm not going to get into that right now.
After about, I'd say, 40 minutes in total,
Ooh, my back teeth
Gabriel?
are floating.
you have gathered up maybe a good 30 or so crawfish from the shoreline. Very nice, very easily done. And you all see a large whale dragging Liara and Sebastian back towards the coast as Sebastian is singing sea shanties. And I think this is a good place for us to go and break, everybody. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back, everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump back in the action, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. That really does help us out tremendously. If you're interested in joining any of our campaigns, we do have a new one starting very shortly. And yeah, I believe that's everything. Where last we left off, you all made your way over towards the Whale Tail Great Lake here in Solemn. As a few of you ventured forth, you figured out that inside of the lake, there are unreasonably large creatures, is the best way I can put it. Too big for logic or reason. Very confusing. And you all managed to discover this buoy out there and pull up unreasonably large crawfish. Thanks to some wit that took a minute to get to, you all figured out that these unreasonably large crawfish would shrink if you pull them through the porthole inside of the buoy hut that you all found. After that, you all came to the conclusion that, well, we need to put the trap back, but we also need to figure out how to store them safely. So Sebastian came up with the bright idea of just drink heavily and then everything sorts itself out, which it did. Back on the shoreline, everybody is met back up. You see that Ebriel has a good 20 of them.
I finished jotting down the notes on the paper that I've been writing, and I pulled it up, and I'm going to go bury it on the beach, just like the other notes.
Alrighty.
There are notes on the beach. Everyone just stares silently.
Yes, they're love notes.
Was there one for me?
I
No,
don't think
people
anybody
leave-
here knows you.
Yeah, people leave notes for.
What about Casimir?
What?
I don't think
What
they know
about
he
me?
exists either.
Do you think there's a note about you here?
Probably.
I'm gonna
Yeah, he's a good leader. I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, we've got the crawfish, and apparently you've gotten some more. So go ahead and put them in the barrel keg thing.
Yeah. Can you believe that Seabass here drank the whole thing? Also, that's Blue, pointing at the giant whale.
The whale flicks its tail, which sprays water all over your entire camp party. And just goes back into the water, swimming away.
Literally trying not to get this dress wet.
That was just rude, and they want me to not kill the things here.
I think Blue figured out we weren't really a Quee's friend.
Who?
Well, we ain't her enemy.
Most of us are, because we're not women.
Well, if
Well, that's just downright wrong.
must have been a pretty intelligent fish if it knew you were. I'm kind of confused a little bit. So you said Blue, which was the name of that big fish over there, over yonder, didn't. What'd you say about friends and the Quee and the fish?
Oh, I saw Seabass here saw the whale and I waved it down. Wave ocean, I mean Great Lake, you know. And we waved it down and I said, I'm friends with a Quee, and it was like, yeah, you are, and picked us up. And then made sure we didn't get killed. Speaking of which, halfling friend.
Yeah.
Wait, you speak whale? You speak whale?
I speak common, I think. I don't know what common is here, really. Halfling friend, how are we supposed to get out there without dying? Just the curious question.
By
'cause
being careful? Isn't that how most people get to most places without dying?
I don't know how anyone could have got over there. Everything was oversized.
Were you making a lot of noise?
No more than usual.
Yeah, that one
Then
makes
yes.
a lot of noise.
Now wait, were you just being figurative, like with the whales answering you back, or
No, it spoke.
Yeah, it literally spoke to us.
But
And that
After
was
every-
before. And that was before Sebastian started drinking. So it
Interesting.
wasn't the alcohol.
don't worry though, that's one of the more normal things that have happened this week. So I wouldn't
I-
sweat it too much.
Yeah, I mean, we went to hell just recently, and then then below hell.
Technically,
Yeah, I
the
missed that one. It
abyss.
was really
So
nice.
so
Yeah.
talking whales, that ain't too bad.
I was in hell once. Did not like my ex-wife much. It was a horrible marriage.
Was her name Blukey?
No, it was not. But anyway, I digress. Let's.
It's more of a figurative hell. We meant like actual, factual, the 9 hells. But regardless, let's get these mud bugs to the witch.
Alrighty. Well, this is the portion of the journey where I think we are going to be going separate ways along the path. I can point
Understood.
you in the proper direction of her.
Which way?
She points. But I need to get back to the resistance. We have a lot more work to do. And with all of you taking out your general, that only leaves one more in our way. Before we can get to Vishkana.
Well, don't forget your promise.
I've been doing it this entire time, haven't I?
Well, I mean, in your head.
No, I do it out loud every night while we're traveling.
Oh, well, shit! I haven't been paying attention. I've been doing my own.
I'm starting to wonder if it'd just be better to stay dead.
What?
You don't mean that, Otto.
No, I just mean like if it's all, like suddenly you come back, but then you got all these rules, and every night you gotta do all this reading, and you gotta do. I like reading, don't get me wrong, but I want to read what I want to read, So, but yeah, I'm just.
Well, he was like this before he died, so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a problem with religion?
No, I don't have a problem with religion. I don't know the way you keep asking her and pestering her and making sure you're on. But I get it. It's
I've
okay.
only asked her once in like 3 days of me walking.
It's so often.
Well, I mean, shit, I brought you back to life for free.
I didn't ask you to. I am thankful for it, and I'm
Yeah, I know.
committing to what you asked of me.
I know. He's always got a problem with it.
But it is a lot of work. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, what happens if, I meet myself a strapping young man? Oh, I have to wait. I have to pray. Actually. And she just starts wandering away.
See you later, Mama.
Goodbye.
You
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the ocean water makes me like my nose run. Don't worry, I got a handkerchief. Should pull out a napkin.
From which estate is that napkin from?
Probably Mida one actually. From when we met Luna and everything.
Okay.
And
sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
she's-
eating on stream. I'm just very famished for tonight's dinner, and yeah.
she's not gonna look very happy when she notices it's blood.
Are you okay, Liara?
I don't know. This used to happen in my other body. This should be following me.
If you stopped snorting all that cocaine, you probably wouldn't have those nosebleeds.
Would that do? Looks like Casimir. Would that do that? Do you get nosebleeds?
Not in the last decade.
He hasn't had it in over 10 years.
Trying to think
Yeah,
of
but-
one moment you've been hard enough where I would say your nose would probably have bled. Can't think of any.
I think he's nearly died once.
Really?
I
Gazerzi's?
think.
No.
No, I think it was his vampire battle.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, he
vampire
was
fight.
close. He was very close there.
So that brings up an interesting question there, boss man. So you know how your wounds kind of heal up. Is it possible for you to get a nosebleed with like the bats in the cave, or is it just, or would it just kind of start and stop, or how would that work?
I have no idea. Probably would heal immediately, as long as I feed.
Last time I used Coke, I was in hell. I don't know why it's bleeding, but I don't know. It's just weird.
You bleed a lot.
I haven't gotten it, but I don't know. This is like the second. I don't know. I didn't think I'd get nosebleeds in the other body.
You have, yeah, it's new in this body. You got them a lot before. What did
Yeah.
we do with your other body? I can't remember.
We made Ariel, remember? She's taking care of nobody.
Oh, right, yeah. I forgot that.
You had another. Now, when you say you had another body, like,
I used her as a backpack.
you
It was
used
not a very good
the
back.
body as a backpack.
We
Like,
had to carry her around somehow. It was just convenient.
It was made of clay and what I can only assume was either chlorine or electrum.
okay, when you say it's a language thing. When you said body, I was thinking like bones and skin, and then you had like this.
The bones were
Backpack.
electrum. The skin was clay. And I'm not sure what the blood was, but it made Casimir kind of sick.
It tasted disgusting.
Still quite a miracle, but yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
would get it myself, but that's not necessarily my purview in terms of the arcane arts. I more
Yeah.
set things on fire very well.
I don't know. I think I'm only good at like changing things or changing the state of things.
Yeah, not really.
Certainly
I don't-
change most people into a state of boredom. I mean, what? I didn't say anything.
I can move the earth though. Why didn't we just do that? That would have been funny if we like parted the seas. Okay, anyways, we should probably get to this place. They pointed in that direction, right? And Liara's gonna kind of point in a random direction.
Yep, that's the witch way.
Oh god, someone
I will instead. What you pointed in a random direction? You said.
yeah. And then
I will
I know.
instead
Back
point
it up.
in the direction that Grandma pointed. Is like it's in this direction.
Casimir, boss man, which
Oh my god.
Oh no!
He's gonna agree with Liara. This is not gonna go well.
which direction?
Casimir?
Wait, what? That
Yeah,
way.
just okay. All right.
Did you
that's what
point
I
in the
was
way
thinking, too.
that the grandma pointed or the way that Liara is actively pointing?
Liara,
Oh my god.
obviously.
Please.
Mm.
You picked the wrong character. for
This is
this one.
this is where Grandma pointed. It's not where Liara's pointing.
I'm
Liara,
pretty
go
you
with
sure
Grandma.
sure
that
you're
way.
in the right way.
When have I ever led us astray, guys?
Right now, as a
all the
player,
time.
someday I will tell you about a one shot I was in where we went the wrong way. Right, Wyatt?
Oh my god.
Anyway,
We do this a lot.
all right. Well, let's. We got everything we need.
I guess which direction are we going, guys? It looks like three are pointing one
Sebastian
way.
will stumble in the proper direction that Meemaw pointed.
Sebastian, I think it's this way.
Nope. All of her were pointing that way. All three.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
3
that's-
to 2.
3-3. So, or
Wait. There's
Oh,
also 3
3.
Reese's. We win.
Don't argue with a drunk when he's saying triple.
Jesus.
I can make extra bodies, but I don't know if that counts as magic.
killing maybe. Joey, so the direction she pointed, is it along the shoreline? Is it going back in? Is it kind of going?
Is going southwestwards from the direction all of you were standing. To the north of you is the whale's tail. You're right around the crest of where it is. So she pointed southwestward, where there is a little bit of a shrubbed path, little bit of a walkway between overgrowth and shrubbery of some type of forestation. Now, the direction Liara pointed is just random that way, north, around the tail.
Following Sebastian.
It literally leads to nowhere.
Not nowhere, but not anywhere important. Anyways, as you are traversing, looking at this environment, it's much more rural out here. There's not so much as a village within sight, and you don't pass any for a few days as you are walking this path. Though you all... Huh?
I was just going to say this place reminds me of home.
As you are moving along this pathway, you all begin to notice that even in the daytime, when you look up at the sky, clear skies, beautiful sun, but when you looked around at your environment, it seems slightly dimmed, darker in nature. The trees begin to have a willow-like contortion to them. Very strange. Now, as you are moving in this way, you all notice that the path abruptly ends. No more clear direction as to where you should be looking. Nothing. You look around and the darkened environment makes it a little difficult for each of you to see, especially those of you with dark vision. Anybody who does not rely on dark vision to see, your visual prowess is slightly enhanced past your allies.
So, when they told us what kind of place we're looking for, did they say it was in a forest?
It's supposed to be
Or just
outside of the forest,
outside of the forest.
and it is a walking hut.
Do we see any large tracks?
Roll me a survival check.
Sorry about that.
$16.
16. There are large tracks in here. You start noticing almost like chicken tracks, but any of you could stand inside of them.
Baba Yaga.
Why are all the animals so big here?
Well, maybe we're just a little small.
Well, I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about food lately, especially after that lasagna thing.
Well, we can't kill anything, but if we could, there's some chicken tracks we could, fry it up.
Well, I was actually thinking, does anyone have butter? Or has butter been invented?
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
All right.
Yeah.
Butter was
What do we-
invented ages ago.
What if we like heat up
Just
a
leave
pan?
the milk out and don't let it come cheese.
I mean, there's a churning process, but yeah.
Well, you gotta stir it so it'll become cheese.
Fantasy world, y'all. The important questions. Can you
What
make
if
a
we, like-
pizza? Answer, I will allow it. Anyways,
What if we like took bread, put butter on both sides, and then heated it on a pan, and then flipped it, and then put cheese on it, and then put the bread together? It sounds simple, but I think I came up with something thinking about it.
I think it go real
Is
good with
that-
that lasagna.
Is that
Oh.
why you had a nosebleed? You had an epiphany about some kind of cheese sandwich? I'll be right back.
yeah.
Maybe that's every time Aries reaches out to me with a food idea. Actually, no, I'm not giving Aries credit for this one. I made this one. Do I get a migraine or a nosebleed?
No.
I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make the best cheese sandwich.
Sounds like a grilled bread sandwich. That's
Grilled bread. I like that grilled bread. Grilled bread with cheese.
So you're gonna take bread, you're gonna make bread. So you gotta bake it, and then you're gonna cook it again.
Yeah, we're gonna cook it again, but I'm gonna put butter on it so it gets crispy, and then we're gonna put a thing of cheese on it. A grilled bread with cheese. Oh, I love this.
Sebastian is sober by now. It has been a few days of travel.
Do you have anything to say about this idea?
Maybe not yet. So, Reese, you are finding your way, tracking after these large chicken paws. As you are following them,
Yep.
you start to notice the spacing between them. About 80 feet between steps. And you notice there's trees that seem to be growing out of where the steps are as well. But they look like fresh steps. Must be some type of magical bullshit. As you are all traveling, it takes about an hour or so before you all see this magnificent, almost circus tent style home that has draping scales. Mute yourself, please. Draping scales of different reptiles, maybe even dragons. Various different trinkets and oddities littering the outside ground around it, and a perfect walkway that grows all the way up to where it is positioned.
Now that's a magnificent, almost circus-like home.
We knock on the door or just walk past?
Well, it probably should at least knock. I don't think we should just walk in. Back home, you do that, and you end up not too well on the floor.
Oh. Yeah, let's knock.
You wander up towards the hut. Who's knocking?
Casimir, give it a good knock.
I just
according
came
to Otto,
back.
you're the
Yes, I
boss.
knock.
I say, come in.
The door
Does your ha-
opens up for you. It is very dimly lit in here, revealing sparse amounts of the interior of this environment, yet again, almost protected from dark vision to peer into it. It's very strange the way it is fortified here. You watch as candles begin igniting around the perimeter. And you all look over. Seated at a table is a woman. Long blonde hair in a very tight ponytail drapes down her back and then up over her shoulder. Adorned in a perfect blue dress with a collar that reaches all the way up her throat, guarding up to her jawline. Little bits of frill around the edge of it, and her cuffs, as she looks over at all of you. Her green eyes look piercing, but curious towards each of you. And yes, she does look familiar to all of you other than Boo Boo and Ebriel.
Howdy, ma'am. Sorry to bother you. We're the entourage of Casimir here, and we have some questions for you.
It is a pleasure. Please come inside. Everyone else seems a little hesitant. Boo Boo?
Well, she invited us in.
Said she's familiar.
Yeah, she's familiar. All of you have seen her. Other than Boo Boo.
Who is she?
What was your name again?
Kaz, I have a real bad feeling about this.
As do I.
What was your
would.
name again?
That's Casimir. We're his entourage.
Casimir. Pleasure. She'll stick her hand out to you. My name is Luna Moonshade.
Nice to meet you.
You as well. She looks at you very closely. Do you take her hand?
Yeah, you will.
You take it and she nods, touches your skin for a moment longer and then pulls away. Ah, you appear to be of the vampire variety, correct?
Something like that, yes.
Ah, marvelous. To assume that you are on the veganistic diet of your kinship? Or are you one of those bloodthirsty murderers? When she says that, there's no judgment behind her eyes, just looking and curious.
Bloodthirsty murderer.
Oh. So you are evolved into a perfect vampire then? Good for you.
I pull out a handkerchief and I hand it over to Liara, just kind of subtle like.
Oh, I'm gonna step outside.
Young
I'm
lady,
Melissa.
please come here. Are you all right?
No, I'm just having really bad nosebleeds right now.
Come here. Let me look at it.
No, we know what it's from. It's from the Coke.
I have an ointment you may apply to yourself. You'll have to stick your head over a cauldron for a little while, about 5 minutes or so.
It's okay. I can handle it outside. You guys all talk.
Are you sure? If you bleed outside, you may entice some of the dead that I've buried out here to come to the surface.
I'll be fine. I have faith. She's gonna try to excuse herself as much as possible from this situation.
She's very awkward, isn't she?
I'm Melissa, by the way.
Why are you here?
Well, you're the one seeking me out, are you not?
She's here because she lives here. It's kind of obvious.
This is my home that I possess.
Interesting. Does she look any different? Like, does she look younger, older? Any change?
Her hair isn't in a tight bun. It's in a very long ponytail. From when you saw her, she looks much younger. Maybe 15 years or so younger. But she also does not have an air of...
Being a bitch?
No, she still has that.
Okay.
It's more of... She doesn't have that air of arrogance and entitlement of being better than everything else in this environment. Well,
Interesting.
all of you are welcome. Please sit down.
Are you?
So does she look exactly like Luna? Because I mean, we've met Luna,
Yes, she looks exactly like Luna.
and she's acting like she doesn't know any of it.
That is how you've all interpreted it thus far.
Okay.
And she looks younger.
So we were told to come here by a group of halfling,
Mm-hmm.
and we were told, I believe, they would make you the witch, for lack of a better term.
Yes, I am the witch. That is correct.
Well, we have
I'm-
brought you crawfish.
Oh, wonderful. May I have them?
I suppose we'll produce the keg we've been carrying them around in.
She'll take them and places them off to the side. Very kind of you to fetch that for me. I've been meaning to go back out there, but it's dangerous every time I leave my estate. So,
So
you all came
we're-
here trying to gain a favor from me. What favor?
we are here attempting to acquire an item from the second general.
Yes, we
Oh.
need your permission to pass through the woods and make our way to Afterfall.
My permission? Oh. You need me to tell you how to get there safely without the woods consuming and killing you.
Tomato, tomato.
Well, and it's a very weird sensation for all of you who've interacted with her to hear her chuckle. You've never heard her express any amount of joy in anything.
Have I interacted with Luna at all?
You would have very briefly. She was at the war. Oh wait, no, they discovered you afterwards. Yeah, you have no idea who she is.
Yeah.
I have
So
If
you
her
and Boo Boo
attention
and
is
Evie.
on someone else, I'm gonna ping Divine Sense.
Okay.
Wouldn't Reese realize
wait.
that it looks exactly like Ariel?
Oh yeah, this does look like a human version of Ariel. Perfectly like her. Ariel being a drow.
And she invited us to sit down, right?
Yes.
If you don't mind, ma'am, I'd like to. I'll go ahead and sit. Looks mighty comfortable here.
If you're concerned about me wishing your death, I need an actual reason to do so. But if that makes you feel more at ease and comfortable, I understand many men do not feel safe in my presence. Fair.
Huh. That's interesting. You seem very nice, and I don't know why.
You've been nothing but cordial so far.
Well, I have a reputation that apparently none of you have heard of.
Do you worship a really bad god or something?
I would never lower my standards into worshipping of a deity. No. I am a practitioner of the arcane arts who happen to have been able to find a number of different entities, powerful ones and ancient eldritch ones, that are capable of imbuing me with a little bit more understanding of their arts so that I may study and replicate them however I see fit. So, you all need to get through the forest. You've come here
Yes.
with my crawfish as an offering. These crawfish will allow me to see you all without taking offense and wishing death upon you all. However, it does not warrant a favor from me. Now, I should forewarn you all. You are currently in the midst of an ally to the second general. One of the reasons I am allowed to persist in my environment, despite the fact that he knows where it is because I conduct favors for him. I'm a powerful mage. one that should have been eradicated a long time ago. And, of course, they have sent many, many, many after me. To no avail, of course. So, as he is my ally right now, I am curious. How capable are all of you? And do you honestly believe you will be able to kill him if let into his environment?
I mean, they killed 3.
Just to clarify, Joey, did I get any sense when I did divine sense in here?
No, you did not. No, you sent a lot of undead outside. A lot of undead.
Outside.
Outside.
Can I? Is there a role like insight? Can I tell if this is actually Luna?
You can certainly try. Roll me an insight check.
I would like to. I would use my game advantage.
Go ahead, Liara, please roll.
Gotcha. Insight, game advantage. 28.
Oh, thank
Alrighty.
God.
This individual is most certainly not Luna as you know it. There's something different about her. But she doesn't seem to be lying to you as far as you can tell. You're not sure what's going on, but this is not the Luna that you have met. And she'll look over at you as you are doing this. Can I help you with something, sir? You're gawking. You're going to have to try that sentence again? Yeah, you're going to have to try that again. That lagged out really hard.
Oh, I'm trying to ascertain what you're doing here and how we could possibly gain a favor from you if you're so powerful with the nobility here already.
Well, as I just stated to you, they have a circumstance that would allow them to manipulate me. I, for one, am not happy being caged in such a manner. So, do you all suspect you are powerful enough to actually kill the second? Killing the third, I assume they were not fully aware of your capabilities beforehand, and the fact that you killed them means they are going to be fortified, protected. Hell, they may even ask for me to assist them.
Well, I mean, we're a fairly capable group. As far as killing him, we may not actually have to kill him. We just need something he has that he may or may not keep on his person. It might just be something that he is in possession of.
And what is this something?
We're looking for a staff.
The Black God staff.
Yes.
Well, magical artifact as it is very powerful. Unfortunately, I need to know that you are strong enough to kill him, as the only way that I will allow you in there is with your sworn word that you will kill him. Because if I do let you in there, without trying to stop you, I'm in danger, as I am the only person who knows how to venture forth into that forest, and I'm the only person who knows the teleportation circle over there. It would be very clear that I aided you. And as charming as your friend's uncontrollable spouts through their nostril is, I would not stick my neck out for you, even in the slightest.
How do you intend to gauge whether or not we can kill the man?
By asking you a few questions. Brawn is easy to come across. Practically everybody in the known universe is capable of possessing muscles and attacking ferociously. Intellect is something that you will need to best this foe. So, I need to discern if you are intelligent as a group. Which of you is the least intelligent?
I think it'd have to be really a tie amongst all of us. Except for, I don't know if we were, as a group, gifted with. Well, some of us. Now, when you say intelligent, do you mean like emotionally intelligent, or are you talking about book smart, street smart?
As a whole.
I'll have you know, I'm a scientist.
Are you now?
Can I come in at this point?
Oh, yeah.
Liara also has her Coke ready in her hand. She's just waiting. She cleaned up most of actually the blood's probably all over her face. She just wiped it around. Yeah, Casimir's a scientist.
That is true. Boss Man is probably the smartest of all of us because, he's pretty learned.
You guys would notice that she is definitely holding the Melissa vase right now on her side and is looking worried.
Why are you holding a gigantic member?
It's my vase. It keeps me calm.
It holds on the clock.
Alright, we found your least intelligent one. That one.
I'm looking over at Casimir and she keeps going like this with her head towards her.
Now, most intelligent. Would that be you, the scientist, who is admittedly very strong looking as well? Or would that be somebody else?
Melissa's the smartest one.
I don't think so.
You have it. You have it. So, it's hard to explain. Melissa, he looks sort of quizzical when he says that, is intelligent but also dumb. Casimir is
very
Go
intelligent. He's like the boss man. He's
a scientist.
Yeah.
a scientist. The long pregnant pause, choosing his words carefully, says a scientist.
Well, by my evaluation and what I dictate as intelligence, she is lacking. And
Who would you then say would be the least lacking by
No.
your metric?
Well,
he seems emotionally mature, points at Sebastian. He seems clouded but confident, which usually leads me to believe that you are intelligent, pointing at Ebriel.
Yeah,
That one
I might
strikes
be
me
dumb,
as a farm man.
but I ain't stupid.
And she says that as if that is everything she needs to explain, pointing at Boo Boo. You, however, carry yourself with dignity where nobody else in this room does. Like, you were bred to know things. Looking at you, Reese.
In a way, yes.
Well then. I choose the two of you.
I'm gonna have to AFK for a minute here.
Yeah, that's fine.
For what, might I ask?
For me to discern if you possess the knowledge necessary to be capable of possibly killing the general.
How would you go about doing that?
By asking you a few questions, of course. Some leaning towards your knowledge and understanding of the Arcanum. Some of them leaning towards your knowledge of the history of different places. But the way you are acting means you're going to be very lacking in that one. And the other ones of your knowledge of efficacies.
I can challenge your knowledge. Now she's saying challenge. She keeps looking at Casimir. Exandria. I can, in fact, probably answer any question you give me if you give me a moment. And she's covering her nose, but she definitely has the thing of Coke right next to her nose.
What in God's name are you doing?
Child, I would recommend you sit down peacefully.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just more like...
I can sense any magic inside of here, and I sense all of you possess a lot of magic in here. I also sense that by your nostril you have something chemically infused, probably an invigorating substance, leaning against your finger. I would recommend you sit down before you make a drastic mistake and immediately die.
Die?
Yes, I would kill you.
You would kill me.
Anybody who threatens me dies. It's a very simple thing.
How would you kill me?
Anyone who threatens me dies.
Oh, I'm asking how.
She just smiles. Sit down, child.
Would you like me to make some tea or something? I know we're keeping you in.
Actually, would you mind taking the keg of crawfish? She points over at a winding staircase that goes up the rotating interior. There's a large circle up there that glistens. Dump all of them through there, and it'll land inside of a cauldron underneath. And you see there is a large cauldron over there.
As a player, we're going to end up in there. Yeah, I can do that. I'll take that up for you.
And she'll look at you again, Liara. Sit.
I'm
What's
sorry, guys.
wrong with you? Sit
It
down.
goes against everything in her character to listen to this person.
That's right. I'm taking the keg up to where she wanted.
Let's just
Do as
answer
you
her
will.
questions. You don't need to threaten to do cocaine.
Well, it would help my nose stop bleeding. I don't know.
I
Just
told
answer her
you
questions. It's
I
fine.
possess a way that would assist you. Why are you treating me this manner? Are you jealous of an accomplished mage?
Yeah, let's call it that. Jealousy.
No, that's not it. You're afraid of me. Reasonable. So you know at least some of the stories, whereas they don't.
Her nose starts bleeding again.
Child, I only kill individuals who get in my way or that attack me. There is no reason for me to kill you right now. You are not in my way, and you are not going to attack me.
Yeah, then why are you talking about killing me?
It is a statement of fact, child. Sit.
She's just gonna keep standing there. She's not doing that. Unfortunately, that's not gonna happen.
Then leave. She waves and the door opens.
Guys, I think we should just go. I don't think we need this person's help.
You're an imbecile. Inconsequential. Ignorant
really think
child.
This is a bad idea.
We came all this way. They literally hold the key for us getting to where we need to go. What's going on?
Melissa, let's go outside right now.
Yeah, she's gonna take a step back. She's gonna stand outside because she can't. Yeah, it's just gonna be a fight if she stays in there.
This isn't the place.
Well, I already know that one of your companions is probably dead. If you fight him. Boo Boo, as you start dumping the crawfish, They go through it, and they immediately grow back into huge sizes and start splashing into the cauldron and boiling.
For the life of me, I have no idea why our associate is acting this way, and I would like to... I can't necessarily apologize on her behalf, but I will apologize for the situation, I suppose. Despite how she looks and acts, she is quite capable. Looks are very deceiving.
Capability does not equate to power. A tree is capable of reaching further than almost any other plant in any realm. It does not possess the power to crush a village underneath it. Mostly because of how ignorant it is. So the next most ignorant person in your midst, Boo Boo, was it? Or so, Otto.
Yeah, it's Otto. Mr. Knobbetter. At your
Mr.
service.
Knobbetter. Sit down here.
Certainly. They all made it in. Every last one of them.
Wonderful. The meal should be done shortly. She'll look over at you, Ebriel. Would you mind seasoning it? All of my herbs are over there.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna send you a list.
A list? Of seasoning that you're going to be adding into it?
Oh, yeah.
Check it twice. It's that time of year you gotta check that twice.
It's not that time of year until November 1st.
I've been hearing commercials.
I ignore it until November 1st.
So, as you head over there, the two of you sit down at the table, and she smiles while looking back and forth. First question, very simple one. What happens when you combine the object in question that has the ability in order to transport anything into a different realm altogether into another one that is on a demi-realm?
Transportation.
She'll look at Reese now.
Sorry, what's the question?
See, I'm much smarter.
What would
What's the
happen when you
question?
take an object that has the capacity in order to transmute an individual into another realm and place it into an object that has the connection into a demi-realm?
Can I roll an
Oh.
Arcana check to see if I would, after he answers, to see if I would give the right answer?
Sure.
Or whatever check.
Oh, that would cause a catastrophic chain reaction that would open a portal into the astral sea and very likely cause untold devastation wherever you're standing.
About how wide of a perimeter would that devastation encompass?
Now that I don't know off the top of my head. Should I do
Arcana check, both of you.
I don't think I was paying attention in school that day.
What'd you get?
I got an 18.
6.
Otto, maybe like 20 feet. Reese, however, the distance would vary. Somewhere around the 500-foot radius.
Around 500 feet.
That is correct. As she says that, you notice a flame ignites on the table with green. A little wick candle sits there. Next question. You are the leader of a city. Your responsibility to the city is to keep it safeguarded, no matter what. To maintain it and protect its people. You are put into a strenuous circumstance by a nefarious individual. This individual has made a trap. Magically infused so it cannot be cut or altered. Your brutish friends that are capable of incredible, monstrous feats of power are nowhere to help you. You are given two options. Do you save a group of 100 villagers, or do you save the other group? 20 school children.
Well, I would do exactly what Casimir would do because he's a good leader, and very smart and stuff like that. So I'd save the school children because if they were to be wiped out, that could be a generation. But if you save the school children, then you can teach them and they can learn and grow, and the city can continue to prosper.
She'll look at you, Reese.
It's a difficult philosophical question. As a leader, your duty is to the wider population. It could go both ways. Save more people, but be seen as a monster for letting children die, saving children, and letting more people die. On numbers alone, I would probably save the 100, as numerically it is more, and you have duty to the whole, not just a small number. But it is an extremely difficult decision.
I'm back. Are we all answering this?
No, it's just me and Otto.
Fair enough.
Yeah, sorry. Huh. Well, one of you answered correctly, one of you answered incorrectly. You watch as a green light ignites in front of Otto, and a red light ignites in front of you, Reese.
Dang, I thought I had that right.
You did.
Oh, good.
But not because of your answer. Because of your efficiency. You did not hesitate. You saved a group. In any realistic scenario that you were placed in where he hesitated that long, both groups would be dead. No hesitation, you save some. Hesitation, you lose everything.
They say in my culture, you snooze, you lose.
I do not wish to ever learn about your culture.
Don't blame you.
Third question. Your allies in this room, and the one buffoon outside, and then the strong one, all of them are lying on the ground, bleeding, on death's door. All of their magical capabilities expended. Nothing remains. There's no more faith. There's no more will. There is no more magic. You have one potion. Who do you save?
It's easy, Reese.
She'll look at you, Reese.
Sebastian.
She'll look over at you, Otto. Why?
Well, because he has the strength and determination, and he's the one. I know it.
She'll look at you, Reese. Why?
Out of all of us, Sebastian is simply the best out of all of us in terms of the way he conducts himself. Certainly a better man than I.
See, he's humble too.
You both answered correctly. Another flame, green, ignites in front of both of you. Now, same question, except you can save 5. Who are the 2 that die? Oh, sorry. You can save 4. Who are the 2 that die?
My brain was trying to do math, and I'm like, wait. I gotta count the screen now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. I read 7. Just my bad.
It'll be 3 because we're up, right?
Yeah. No.
Just who out of our group, which 2 would we let die?
Yep.
Yeah, since I know that you know whether we're telling truths or not, it would have to be Abraham and Casimir.
She'll look at you, Reese.
If I'm being honest with myself. Probably myself and Casimir.
She'll look over at you, Otto. Why?
Well, a good person needs to have some humility too.
That did not answer my question.
Yeah, well, like I said before, I already told you about why Reese would live, but basically Casimir, I don't know. There's just something that tells me that those 2 should go down and stay down.
She'll nod. And then rotate towards you, Reese. Why?
Casimir, because I fear him the most out of all of us. Myself, because out of everyone else who would live, I have done horrible things for the sake of power. I don't deserve to be saved in that position.
And yet he recognizes this. So I keep him.
Reese, I need you to whisper roll me a charisma check. You know which one. Oh, that sounds so good, Abriel. Damn.
I'm going to pretend I didn't because you said whisper, so I'm not going to look at that, and I'm going to wipe that
Oh,
from
no,
my player's head.
it doesn't matter. Yeah, good point. You guys already saw it. Good point.
I clicked the 2GM one. I don't know why it.
It's all right. It's out of my mind.
It's cool.
The player is less smart than the character. For me, I'm talking about me, not you. So.
She tilts her head to the side. You believe this?
I believe I'm beyond redemption. That's why I don't seek it out. Doesn't mean I'm simply going to. I'm not going to charge headlong into certain death, but if given the choice, I'm not going to save myself.
You both answered correct. Congratulations. You possess the indifference in order to think about your objective and think about the consequences, while some of you at least possess the foolish tenacity to always be moving forward. Where some may hesitate, others will get the job done. That level of disconnect means your group is unpredictable. The greatest power of the second that I'm aware of is their ability to predict how you will act. The difference in morality means you are less likely to be easily controlled by them. As a whole, at least. Even if a few of you fall, there's the possibility one of you will be successful. Congratulations. I will assist you all.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate you.
Now, your imbecile is not welcome back in here. However, the vampire is. How's the meal coming along? She looks over at you, Ebriel.
Well, I didn't see no corn or anything like that, so I mean,
Is
oh,
it
you got
properly
spices over here.
Is it properly seasoned? She'll stand up from the table and wander over towards you.
Well, I seem to like how I've always seasoned it.
She'll look over it. Dip her finger in there and taste it. Boiling water. Tad bit more paprika. I'll prepare all of the other meats. We all get to enjoy this stew tonight. You all are welcome to stay here under my protection. She remains outside. I'm not going to tolerate it.
Well, thank you kindly, and it'd be good to have a last meal before our trip.
Possibly a last meal. I'll go make some cornbread. She'll excuse herself and head over towards an oven, maybe 60 feet away. This entire conversation, all of these questions, even outside, Casimir and Liara, you could hear everything. There was no discretion. You heard every decision made. Every party member heard every decision made. Do with that what you will. Did you say something, Wyatt?
Oh, if Liara could hear people, she would have walked away because that means they could probably hear her. And
Well, they were talking at an amplified volume.
yeah.
As a player, funny enough, I saw the episode long months ago with the bottle and how that happened. It's kind of strange.
What?
The person in the anyway, I'll tell you after the game.
Okay.
Melissa.
Yeah.
Oh, you
It's
saw
just-
that episode.
Yeah,
Session.
it's kind of funny because I actually saw that.
You
that
say
session, yeah.
episode, and I think of TV. I'm like, this is the session. Just
But yeah, I saw that session, so it's kind of funny that it's suddenly I'm here and the player knows, but the character doesn't.
Yeah. So, she will continue. You all get to eat a delicious jambalaya with cornbread that is prepared thanks to Ebriel herself and all of you as well. Casimir, do you come back in at any point in time?
Probably just make small talk a little bit, but he doesn't stay in long. He's mostly staying at Liara.
Okay.
Kaz, when you go in there, can you please grab some bread?
I'll grab
Regular
some
bread.
bread. Because it's not like I need the food, so I'll grab a meal for myself.
No, I need regular bread. I'm gonna try to make the grilled bread with cheese.
I'm
Freaking
still
love
gonna
it.
grab bread and then like a meal for myself, but realistically I'm just making sure she's fed.
So,
Joey,
yeah.
can Liara try to tune in the Luna? Not spell wise, but the weird connection thing wise.
Oh, there is no connection.
Oh, I thought she got like deja vu and shit sometimes.
Yeah,
With people.
sometimes, but there's no connection to this individual.
Oh. Okay.
So, as you all come inside, she sits down and she will participate in a little bit of Q&A with all of you, enjoying the company. She very clearly seems to like the fact that all of you are just here, relaxing. She even seems to be entertained by the way some of you speak and finds your attitudes endearing. She'll look over at you, Casimir, as you're trying to, like, sneakily prepare everything. You're welcome to make her whatever it is she desires and take it out to her. I'm not a monster. I just don't want to tolerate her.
That's what I'm doing. I'm just getting food.
You look like you were being sneaky.
I'm a vampire.
Fair enough. She'll give you a smile.
I'll grab some more and then just waddle off.
So, Ebriel, you're a faithful individual, are you not?
That's correct.
Hmm. And your faith, does it imbue you with actual power?
Oh yeah. I got divine magic.
So all of you are from a different realm.
Mm-hmm.
Curious. What's it like there? I've been wanting to relocate, but I haven't been able to find any of the life springs.
Much like here, you have different realms and kingdom, different people, different kingdoms, realms, whatever you want to call them. And, people are in charge, and some people
Do
are
you like paying
good, some are
taxes?
bad. Some have taxes, others,
Well, taxations allow a civilization to persist. Without it, it would all crumble down and everybody would be reverted back into hovels and
yes.
terrible forms of community based around
I like her.
trade. Well, I was born a noble. I understand taxes. I understand how useful they are. I also understand how many cultures and communities like to manipulate their poor in order to, well, keep them that way through taxation.
I just tax everybody the same.
The same number or percentage?
Same number.
See, and then that's where I kind of disagree here, and not to get into a long-winded
I mean,
political
I am
conversation, but
a man of the cloth too. There are times where I might, look the other way if you didn't got enough.
yeah, but see, like, if you say an amount, and let's say that amount for argument's sakes is 100 gold, some people only got 5 gold, other people have thousands and thousands of gold, so it's not going to affect them. But if it's a percentage, then I completely understand that.
Correct.
Well, I don't charge that amount. Good lord. I charge in copper pieces.
Yeah. Electrum's a little bit better, but that's a discussion
Don't
for
make me
another day.
throw up all over this nice lady's hut. Inferior, blasphemous currency.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel.
The water is also rising because we're dealing with a primordial.
Water rising because you are dealing with a primordial. Now you have officially intrigued me.
Yeah, that's why we need that staff.
Mm-hmm.
I personally blame it on the glacier melts and global warming. But
Water is very angry. We literally had to fight the ocean at one point.
We literally went to hell.
not to be rude, but your all stories, man. Did you put them in a book or something, or because it? As an outsider, I could. It just it's kind of like. Remember back in grade school when you had that friend that just constantly lied about everything? Not saying you guys are lying, but just these stories. I'd love to hear more about this.
I didn't have that problem growing up. We have spells to make sure you ain't lying.
Yeah,
The sisters don't allow it.
We were on a boat, and then the water started attacking us, so we had to fight the water. And then we got shipwrecked, and a turtle helped us.
I see. Well, obviously, you did survive, and Casimir led you out of that, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So, your realm, are you being attacked by a Luvagine, or?
What's the name of the primordial that we're dealing with? Is it Leviathan?
Well, it is Leviathan. Fuck.
I don't have my notes with me, otherwise I
know
can
its
tell
name?
you.
I don't know if we even know its name.
I have it written down.
Levy.
Yeah, that
Levy,
makes
the
sense.
water serpent. Levy.
Levy.
Yeah. Levy. That which stems from the water, but without a beginning.
Some dolt on a different realm woke her up.
Well, I mean, that is a hell of a name. That sounds, oddly enough, very inconvenient to all of you. Now, I wish I could assist in dealing with it. However, I am a little predisposed here. I have my own goals in mind that I have to achieve, and with all of you wiping the second out of existence, I have a feeling that I'll be getting closer to reaching my goals. So thank you.
You're welcome. Anything that we can do to help.
And what are your goals?
Quite simple, really. Something I care about was taken from me by powerful individuals. I wish to get it back.
What's it, if you don't mind me asking?
My daughter.
Rightfully so, I can completely understand that one.
Yes. And in the process, I wish to find every single individual that is associated with that organization and personally pike them and leave them outside of my home.
What's your daughter's name? Again, if you don't mind me asking.
Claire.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that one. What's the name of this organization? So is it they wear any descriptive stuff so I can help you when I see them?
Can Liara hear this?
Yeah. She is not a quiet individual, and her home does not pad sound.
When she says Claire, her nose is going to start bleeding again.
Why is it every time we go to a new plane, there's always this one person who's got to kill a shit ton of other people because of family?
Well, is there another reason to kill a shit ton of people?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, sometimes.
I mean, technically, yes.
All right, well, let's flip this question around. Would you not kill a shit ton of people for family?
The organization is called the Blackened Hand.
Guessing they got a black hand as an emblem.
No, they all have removed their left eyes and placed them into their left palms.
What in tarnation?
They are of the belief that if they were of the belief that if they gathered up one creature of every race and sacrificed it, they would be able to create a being of pure entity. One that has none of the weaknesses or drawbacks of any other mortal, but all of the benefits of all of them collectively. and that they would be able to ascend to this nature much in a similar way as vampires ascend one another. So, while I was retired from adventuring with my husband, he went out. He searched for some food on our farm to bring home and cook. While he was gone, I was resting. They ambushed me. They took her. And simply put, all I have to do is find out where that is.
Do I know anything about this blackened hand at all?
Where you come from? No. Actually, religion check. Liara may roll this as well.
I'm gonna say, is Liara seeing what happens? Because this looks like, it seems like we're literally in the past right now.
What'd you get, Reese?
15.
15. It sounds like something that you would take note of if you ever learned about it. Liara?
16, but I don't know if Liara has any advantages or anything.
It wouldn't be any advantages. You feel a connection towards the situation, but one that feels outside of you, not really you. Well, I have already found about 6 of them. There's a total of 38.
Are they on this world?
They're buried underneath the ground. Still alive.
I mean, the other 20... whatever.
32. They should be. If anybody found the life spring, I would be notified of that. Hopefully. And you can't really leave this realm unless you come from another one already, or if you know where the life spring is. Which, as far as I'm aware, nobody knows. So, I travel around the area with my home, my fortress, and I have an understanding with the second general. Though he has not provided me with any names or locations of any of the Blackened Hand for about 8 months now. So, his usefulness to me has officially expired.
Where did they get the stupid idea that they could just sacrifice people into like a super being? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't at all. Especially when you actually comprehend the concept of creation and the diversity of every different race out there and their amalgamations and creations. There are imbeciles, fanatics, heretics. And, admittedly, one of the reasons I am so bitter towards organized religion. She nods towards you, Ebriel.
Now, I am one fascinated for creation stories. It's a little hobby of mine, looking into those. But yeah, they do not seem like smart people. And if I catch any wind of these blackened hands,
Do me a favor and make it painful.
oh yes.
She'll look over at you, Casimir. If you retrieve any of their hands for me, deliver them to me, I'll make you rich, every single hand.
I'm assuming you want the hand with the eyeball.
Oh, of course.
Otherwise, it's just a normal hand. It's not a
Casimir's
identifier.
outside.
Yeah, she'll yell that out the window.
I'm already rich.
Yeah, we have this really nice store.
What is
I'm a
it you
drug lord.
What is it you desire?
That's a dangerous question.
Yes, of course. But you being a full-fledged vampire, I would rather have you on the hunt for me than not.
That
I'm
actually
still
is
not-
a good question.
I'm still not at the peak of my kind.
The-
Not yet.
but-
The base
what
of
do
your
you
kind is
desire?
miles ahead of ours.
very true.
What'd you ask, Otto? Otto?
Casimir, what that is a good question. What is it that is your desire? What do you desire?
Lots
I know
of
you like.
things.
I know you. There's lots of things that you like, maybe lust after, but like truly, deeply desire. What would you say that would be?
Lyra was gonna whisper, "Say animals with horns. Just random animals with horns, like a camel or a bunny."
Independence.
Go on.
Close.
Go on.
Bloodlines have some ties. It leaves me bound to people. Some that I do not mind, but I still do not like the fact that I am bound. It's part of the reason why I want to become an original. Grow my own age.
But you are
Age
still
faster.
bound.
I am not one yet. I am only a blood count. A stage below. But I still have people I'm bound to.
She'll begin tapping her finger on the table. Very well. If you happen to find some of these fanatics, and I have your word, their demise will be exquisitely painful. Then, when there is a time where you require assistance, shrinking your lineage so that you are the apex, call upon me. But you need to deliver me hands. Do we have an accord?
I'll consider your offer.
Could I use
Casimir,
a favor instead of money? Instead of money?
If all you require is money, that is easily replicated and created.
No. I said a favor instead of being paid money.
What is it you desire?
Well, I don't know how to do this, being a cleric and all, but I want to serve Imperial forever in flesh.
Oh, you wish to just not die?
I can make you
Well,
immortal like right now.
Well, I want to be, you know.
She'll point at Casimir.
I can
I don't want to
I
have to
can
feed
make you a
on
favor.
people.
I can de-age you.
I've heard of this thing.
We know a
Lights,
shitty god that
lights.
hands them out.
What were you saying, Ebriel?
I've heard this thing. They're wizards usually, but I figured maybe we can do it with a divine individual like myself. They're called licks or leech or something.
Lich.
There you go. Yeah, they live forever.
Pets, they also feed us.
Lichdom is a very powerful but difficult thing to aspire to that requires more study in the arcane arts than I personally desire to do. However,
What about divine arts?
I believe there could be a possibility within the realm of the divine for you to never expire. But that's something I cannot assist with. I'm not practiced in the way of divine arts. I've been meaning to study them, just I'm not done with Arcanum yet.
What do you think you can point me in the right direction then?
Absolutely. 4 hands.
Oh yeah. We gotta get hands. I got it. It ain't free.
Casimir, is there just curious here, is there a particular individual that you're bound to that you really detest, or?
No, I actually don't mind them. I serve under them, but I know exactly who I am.
No, I know, but you were talking about wanting to be the apex and all that, so I was just wondering if there's a particular one that gets your goat.
Not particularly. Some of them are dicks and way too stuck up in themselves. But the main two have actually been quite good to me.
Oh, no, I was just curious.
Sounds like less of a hatred and more of just you want to be your own.
I
Man.
got you. I had a different picture of bondage in my head.
Yes, it's not necessarily of hatred for them in particular. It's I've already served enough in my time. Enough lords. I don't want to do it anymore.
Gotcha. So it's more of the sitch and not the peeps.
Shh. Whatever you said, sure.
Situation, not people.
Technically, yes. It's part of the reason why
Is there
later.
anyone under you then?
Yes, I
Yeah.
have a drug empire
Technically,
see.
us. He is the leader.
and the secret society.
Well, I mean, I know that you're our leader and all that, but I was just curious about. Is there anyone that perhaps might want to have you
Oh, lots of people.
out of the way?
They actively want to kill me. Like, quite a lot, but none of them will try and all of them will fail. But no, I have a secret order of clerics and spies, and I have my ways.
Andy has Blukey.
And drugs. I have a lot of drugs.
That's obvious.
Well then.
He's quite fond of the white stuff.
Do adventuring parties not say phrasing anymore? There was always a thing when I used to do it.
Not this one.
Oh.
Clearly.
You know, I honestly, in the short amount of time, but strangely diverse locales I've been with these people, we have never said phrasing.
I said it last session.
You did?
Yeah, he
Oh,
Yes.
did. Huh.
he forgot. It's canon now.
So, I will escort you all into this realm tomorrow. Show you the ways to whisper to the woods so that they do not wish to consume you. And then you can find your way to Afterfall. Once there, feel free to do whatever you wish to him. Ensure his death. Losing an
Well, so those
artifact like
things
that.
aren't-
Alive.
And just to be clear, in Afterfall for Dems that does the, hokey pokey stuff, they can use that, right, to take him down? Or is like magic kind of shouldn't be used there?
Afterfall is a radiating source of magic that never ends. Many practitioners of the arcane arts live there, persist there, as they always have.
Interesting.
So, I would say, feel free. Do whatever it is you desire. But please, ensure his death so that I don't incur his wrath, as I am the one helping you.
That's the plan. Like I said,
If
you've been
he
nothing but
were
good.
to lose the staff, would that cripple him to such a degree that he would no longer be a threat to you?
No, he still has legions at his disposal and the backing of Vishkana.
Death it is.
Okay.
Don't have to,
Just checking.
Don't have to convince me.
Does he have a given name, like a proper name that you know of?
No. The second general has never been appointed or spoken of with a name. He simply appears and then disappears. Even my securities can't stop him from entering into my home. I have many different aisles and avenues of detecting magics. Nothing ever pings.
Interesting.
I would say infuriating, but yes.
I want to say a few choice words out of character about that, but I'm not gonna.
So, I'm going to expire for the evening. She'll look out the window.
Brazen?
Liara and Casimir. I would encourage you not to try to kill me in my sleep. It would still be very dangerous for you. Good night.
Only ones they kill.
It would be boring then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my best if used by date too. So.
Oh, do you have an older sister?
No, I am the eldest of 3.
Nose starts bleeding again.
Well, that has nothing to do with me. Good evening! And she will go up the winding stairs as you watch a portion of the ceiling opens up as she walks through and then closes behind her, leaving all of you down here. And I think this is a good place for us to end the session this week, everybody. When we come back next week, you get to actually go into Afterfall unabated. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye.